yeah, so that's been going around. I've seen it on YouTube a lot. Obviously, I haven't been able to be tagged in nothing because I haven't been able to film. But 5 little tips for wild camping. Personally, tip 1, start local. Like, find a nice little woodland, like really close to your house, that's easily accessible. Even start in your back garden. I say this because if something goes wrong or you really don't enjoy yourself, it's not going to be the end of the world. You can quite easily just pack up, head back. So, like, for instance, say, like me, you live in Bristol, you don't go to Dartmoor for your first ever wild camp. So that's tip 1. Tip 2, go in the summer. Like, start your wild camping experience in the summer. Don't just go throw yourself deep into it in the middle of the Baltic winter. Unless you got someone that really knows what they're doing. Because it could be a very unpleasant experience. But yeah, sorry people, brewed up. Tip 3. I would personally suggest starting with military equipment. Why? Because it is dirt cheap. Absolute dirt cheap. A clean example is like this, the kit I use. I tend to like my military equipment anyway. 2 seconds. Alright, that ain't going out, never mind. Yeah. I would personally suggest starting with some military like equipment. Why? Because it's bomb proof. You haven't got to be so nicey caring about it. You can pretty much drag it through the mires and it'll be alright. Clean example, obviously my 95 webbing and my turtle back in total cost me 50 quid. Like, 50 quid. Just gotta keep your eye out for the right bargains. My softy suit, which this tends to be like my, what I call my cold summer sleeping kit, works out, it cost me a £5. You can get some pretty good deals on like places like Facebook and everything else. So that'll be tip 3. Tip 4. Don't go by yourself for your first ever camps. You're gonna get bored very quickly because you ain't used to doing things like this. Talking from experience, I did 4.5 years solo first before I even camped with anyone. Yeah, there'd be times where I'd be sat there like looking around like, well, what can I do? I've got like 6 tons of firewood, I got a brew, I got food and everything else on. At the time I was a stoner, so obviously I'd sit down and smoke a joint, and then I'd be sat there like, oh, well now what? So take a book, if you do solos because no one else wants to go with you. Take a book, take a phone and pray you got internet, or signal even for that matter. So what's that, number 4? Number 5. You're probably going to carry everything but the kitchen sink. And my advice on that is practice so you could basically go with nothing. So then your life is not dependent on your kit. Now a lot of you is like, oh, but I want to do camping, I don't want to do survival, Right, I understand that. I totally understand that. But then there's a lot of people I know that if you took their kit away from them, they would die. Not being horrible, I am not trying to poop on anyone's parade. I am being straight up to the point. There's a lot of wild campers on there, on YouTube. If you took away their kits, they would die. Whereas I like having my kit up in 2 different ways, as you're probably aware. I like having a burr gun or a pack and a carry system that I wear on my body, simply because the important stuff I carry on my webbing. you know, like a bottle of water, water filtration, coffee, more coffee, the important stuff. And then the less important stuff, like my sleep kit and everything else, goes in the burr gun. Now, a lot of you's gonna go, isn't that like an important thing? Well, you could say it is, but it's not that important, because if I lost my pack or whatever, I could just light a really, really big fire, long fire, and just huddle down next to it. It wouldn't be the most pleasurable of nights, but I'd survive. And here's a free tip. I'm going to say number 6, or bonus tip. This one's going to rely to cold weather. Or even just cold, like if you're cold. Nice big hot meal and hot drink before you go to bed. Get that furnace going, you'll sleep a lot better. And if you need to pee, pee. Don't just lay down or get into your bed needing to pee, because you're going to get cold very, very quickly. So, that's Ginger's 5/6 tips with a or bonus tip for wild camping. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope they helped someone. If they do, give a thumbs up. If not, never mind. I don't really mind. But yes, people, that is that. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.